Hello students, hearty welcome to our class. Hope you are all very well. Today we are going to learn about one of the interesting topics that helps you to reduce the grammatical mistakes not only at the time of writing but also at the time of speaking. I think you are very enthusiastic to know about the topic. Yes, I know it very well. Let us start the session without wasting a moment. The title of the topic that we are going to learn today is Subject Verb Agreement. Let us learn about it in a detailed manner. A verb must agree with its subject in number and person. What is meant by verb? Did you remember? Verb is also one of the parts of speech. We have learnt about it in our previous classes already. Let us recall the definition of the verb once again. A verb is a word used to denote action. What is meant by subject? Subject is also a noun. Then what is the difference between subject and object? Doer of the action is known as subject. Receiver of the action is known as object. So we are going to learn today if the subject is singular, which kind of verb has to be used. If the subject is plural, which kind of verb has to be used. Why it should be used like that only. About that we are going to learn in a detailed way. Let us start. A singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. What is meant by singular and plural? We have learnt about a singular noun and a plural noun. Noun means the name of a person, animal or thing, well known to everyone. Singular means it denotes one, plural means more than one. In the same way, singular subject, one person will be there, doer of the action, one will be there. So, if the subject is singular, verb also should be singular. If the subject is plural, verb also should be plural. That's what we are going to learn today. So, they both should agree. That is known as subject-verb agreement or agreement of verb with subject. See the example. The dog barks. The dogs bark. Dog, singular subject. So the verb also should be singular. Generally you may get doubt. Bark is singular. If we add s there, it becomes plural. But why are we using in vice versa? Definitely you will get the doubt, children. Please clarify your doubt by observing the slide and listening to my words carefully. So dog, subject, to make the verb form singular, s should be added. Sometimes s should be added, sometimes es should be added. That depends upon the spelling of the word. Understood? Please remember it very carefully. So if the subject is singular, verb should be singular. To make the verb singular, we add s to the verb. The dogs bark. So here, dogs, plural form. So to make it plural, no need to make it plural. Already the verb form whatever we are learning is a plural form only. So to make it singular, we are adding s. So we write in an as usual way, the dogs bark. We have already learnt about verb forms. See here for example, bring, brought, brought. Very familiar word to each and everyone. So verb forms means present tense or infinitive form, past tense, past participle form. Bring, brought, brought. Okay, so for example, listen to this example also. The boy brings a book. The boys bring books. Understood? See here, when the subject is singular, so what are we doing there? S is added to make the verb also singular. When the subject is plural, as it is we are writing the same verb form whatever will be there actually. This is the simple logic, children. If you are able to recognize, realize and understand that rule, you can avoid all the mistakes. Verbs do not form their plural by adding an s as nouns do. Just now I have told you. Singular noun and plural noun. Very in a general way, s will be added to make it plural. But coming to verbs, it will not happen in the same way as it happens in noun forms. Understood? Or in nouns. Singular verb and plural verb. Once if you go through these examples, you will get an idea and you will be able to remember very easily and quickly. He speaks. S is added to the word or to the verb speak to make it singular. She is, she was, it has, plural form. They speak. Actually, whatever the verb form will be there, same we will write, children. They are, they were, they have. You may get doubt. What is the necessity of learning about is, was, has, are, were, have? Necessity is there. Okay. Did you remember about pronouns? We have learnt about pronouns also. Where do we use pronouns, children? Are you able to recall? Just think for a while. Meanwhile, we will go through other slides also before we discuss about that. The verb and its subject in a sentence must agree in person. Okay, what is this person? Did you hear this word previously did you hear about this word? I am sure you have heard. But I have to think whether are you able to recall or not. Now you will be able to recall after going to this slide. Pronouns are words that are used in place of nouns. All personal pronouns are used for one of the three persons. So pronouns, where do we use pronouns, children? In place of nouns. For example, Radha went to park. Instead of using Radha, what pronoun can you use there? She went to park. What are these persons? Persons are of three kinds related to grammar. Okay, first person, second person, third person. The person who is speaking. Okay, so they are known as, they come under first person. What are they? I, me, we, us. Okay, children. So in first person singular form I will come, plural form we will come. Understood? So these both come under first person singular I in subjective pronoun. Okay, in the same manner, first person plural form we will come. That is also subjective pronoun. What is meant by subject, children? Doer of the action, who is doing the work. And where me and us will come? Me comes under singular form, us comes under plural form. That also in objective case. Understood? See here. I went to visit my grandparents yesterday with my father. I hear the person who is speaking. Let us go through other example. My grandmother gave me a set of Amar Chitra Kada comics. So gave me, received. So here it is in objective pronoun, children. Okay, that also in singular form. Second person, the person spoken to whom we are speaking. Okay, so second person is you. It may be singular or plural, that word only will be used. And coming to third person, about whom we are speaking. He, she, it. In subjective case, children, that also singular form. Subject singular form we will use he, she, it. And in plural form we use they. And what about him, her? They come in objective pronoun. They are known as objective pronoun singular form and them is known as objective pronoun plural form. I think now you are able to recall what are these persons. Understood? These you should have an idea to use in the sentence in a correct way. With the help of these, you can also recognize which kind of verb has to be used, whether singular verb or plural verb. All the topics are interlinked, children. Cohesion will be there from topic, between topic to topic. That's why you should not miss previous videos also to understand the topic very easily and quickly. What did we learn until now in the slide related to pronouns? First person, second person, third person, that in the form of a table was given in the slide. Once you go through, you will get an idea. Subject form, what pronouns will come. Object form, what pronouns will come. See children, singular and plural both were given in one column only. See, subject form and object form. Try to observe and know the variation. Let us go through the examples related to first person, second person, third person. I read. Okay, always with I, read only will come, children. We read. You read. You all read. Coming to he or she reads. S is added to make it singular. They read. See, these are also very important rules and regulations, children. These, if you remember, correction of sentences, their mistakes will not come at all. The verb is a plural if two or more singular subjects are joined by and. Verb will be plural if two or more singular subjects are joined by and. So let us go through the example. You will get an idea and remember very easily. Rahul and Sachin are playing cricket. See here, Rahul and Sachin, singular subject, two different subjects are joined by and. So here, two subjects are there. That's why we have to use a plural verb. What are we using here? Are. So is comes under singular verb, are comes under plural verb in present tense form. In the same way, was comes under singular verb and were comes under plural verb in past tense. Has and have, excuse me, has and have also in the same way, children. Okay. The verb is singular if two singular subjects separated by and refer to the same person or thing. So before going through this example, let us go through this example. See here, what is the difference between this slide, this explanation and this explanation? See here, subjects are different. That's why we have used here plural verb. Now let us go through one more example. My friend and guide happens to be my brother. What is the difference between that example and this example, children? Simple difference. What is that? There are two subjects are there. Here we are speaking about one subject only. Who is that? Brother. Understood? My friend and guide. So they have separated two words with and, but it is referring to the same subject. That's why here we use a singular verb. To make the happen singular verb, s is added. The verb agrees with the first noun or pronoun when the subject consists of two nouns or pronouns joined by with or as well as. See here. My father with his brothers has bought some land for farming. One more time we will go through this, children. The verb agrees with the first noun or pronoun when the subject consists of two nouns or pronouns joined by with or as well as. See here, two nouns are joined with see here, two nouns are there. My father with his friends are joined with by using with. But here you may get doubt. We have to use a have. But why did we use a has here? They have given already very clearly in this slide. What did they give? The verb agrees with the first noun or pronoun. Here, first noun is father. It is in singular form. That's why the verb also should be singular. So they have used the verb has. My father with his brothers has bought some land for farming. The verb is singular. Two or more subjects are connected by or or nor. So two or more subjects, if they are connected by or nor, it with the verb will be singular only. Two singular subjects are connected by either or neither nor, then also verb will be singular. This you have to remember, children. Related to this slide, examples were given in our material also. Understood? See here, Samay, Vijay or Naveen organizes such events regularly. So here in this sentence they have used are, and three subjects are there here. Three persons are organizing. Even the three persons are organizing, generally we have to use plural verb, but we have used singular verb. Why did we use singular verb? Here in the rules and regulations they have given very clearly, two or more singular subjects connected by or nor, then we have to use a singular verb only. That's the reason here we have used a singular verb. Please go through the definition very carefully, try to understand, and then go through the example to understand very easily. Now let us go through the slides taken from our material. See children, what did I explain until now? Same explanation is given here. When a subject of a sentence is singular, the verb also must be singular. See here, when the subject is plural, verb must be plural. My friend likes to play chess. Friend, singular verb, singular subject, singular verb. That's why s is added to like to make it singular. My friends like to play chess. Here friends, plural form. So we have mentioned the verb as it is, like. When the subject is one of followed by plural noun, one of the pupils, one of the players, the verb is singular to agree with one. One of the pupils in our class was punished by the teacher. Whenever we use one of the subject should come in plural form, and in the same way verb should come in singular form. When a sentence has two singular subjects joined by the conjunction and, we have come across this example children in the previous slide, just now we have watched. The verb must be plural. John and Mary have not come today. See here, two different subjects are joined by using the conjunction and. They both are different also. That's why verb should be plural. Wheat, rice and barley are cereals. But when two or more nouns represent a compound name of one person or thing, then the compound is thought of as singular and takes a singular verb. See this children? His friend and benefactor has come to see him. So he is a friend. So they have used here two words, but those two words represent about one person only. That's why here we have to use singular verb. Try to understand the definition, what kind of words they have used there, and then immediately observe the example, what did they give there. Better you hold a pencil at the time of revising the subject verb agreement material. Then you can underline the important points, which helps you to recall very quickly at the time of revision. When the subject is the formal there, the verb agrees with the real subject that follows it. So there was a dreadful accident last night. So in some place it was happened. When the subject is also formal, then verb also follows it. So there, as per the situation, it comes children. A lot of and plenty of take a plural verb when they denote number, and they take a singular verb when they denote quantity or amount. There were a lot of people at the concert. There is a lot of butter in the cupboard. Number and quantity. Number, if it is number, speaking about number, plural verb. If it is speaking about quantity or amount, singular verb will come. A number of is always followed by a plural verb, since it means several or many. See children, these all are important points. You have to remember very carefully. A singular collective noun like a crowd of people, a gang of thieves, A board of directors and a company of soldiers takes a singular verb. So these are collective noun. So the word collective treats all the group as one. There we have to use singular verb only, not a plural verb. A dozen, since it denotes a plural number, takes a plural verb. There are a dozen eggs on the plate. See here, like this, many rules and regulations are there. They have categorized and given these all. Once go through these all to understand very quickly and easily to avoid mistakes at the time of answering this kind of exercises, which will be very helpful to score marks well in the exam, especially in writing skills. Most of the mistakes will come in this aspect only, children. You lose your marks in this aspect only. That's why try to get the command over this topic. After completion of C, last point very important, the following take singular verbs. Whenever you find these verbs, these are followed by singular verb only. Each, every, everybody, none, either of, anybody, each of, everyone, everyone of, none of, neither of, nobody. After completion of watching this video, children, you have to complete this exercise in your material. Summary. What did we learn in this video? The verb must agree with the subject in number and person. That's what we have learned until now. Usually singular subject take a singular verb at last with s or es, and plural subjects take a plural verb without s or es. The subject may sometimes be far removed from the verb. The verb must agree with the actual subject. Summary of the topic. What did we learn today, children? Thank you.